That was me excited. All right. I'm glad you didn't wear white. I forgot to tell you, don't wear white. That's like his biggest pet peeve.
Yeah,
I don't have any white.
Are, not good colors here.
So we're killing it right now.
You guys are
Blue's all right.
Yeah, the blue's great. Unless you can blend into that, but we don't.
Well, it's no.
All right.
All right, you guys ready?
We're ready.
I'll give you a countdown.
I'm ready.
And 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another exciting episode of ZoeTv. And as you can see, I'm alone. But I'm not alone because I got an amazing resident who's going to be like my sidekick, my co-host, my interviewee. She is all things today on ZoeTv. And we are so lucky to have Sherri Lopez. And we're going to dive into her life, her background, what she's excited about at Glencroft. We are doing more fun things with this one than the majority of residents because she is committed to wellness, which means she's in our back pocket at all times. So before we begin breaking you down a little bit, I want to spend a few minutes just dissecting where we are now that November is here. We're going to talk a lot about the walking path and our ability to go out there in the mornings. We're going to dissect that because you're all in on that. We're going to talk about the walking team challenge, which is off and running as of last week. So if you are on a team and you have yet to receive your journal log, you got to go down to the Performance Center because it's sitting there waiting for you. If you have it and you're filling it out, we changed it a little bit this year, and we are going to have you guys turn in your miles on Mondays. That's going to make it a lot easier for our team to dissect the week, make sure that the weekend's accounted for. The goal will be you bring it down, you call down, you say your name, you say your accrued miles or steps. We put it on the log on our back of the house stuff, and then we give it right back to you. That way you don't lose track of it, but we keep up to date. Last couple times we turned in on Fridays, and it made it kind of hard tracking the weekend, and we got a little behind. So we switched to turning in schedules, our logs on Mondays. So with that being said, if you do not have a log or you are not on a team, all you have to do, we're still taking bodies. You just call. Say, place me on a team. I need a journal. If you're already on a team and you need a journal, let us know that as well. Teams are being updated constantly. This first week, there's always new people coming in. So we're kind of moving teams somewhat around, making sure they're fair, making sure they're balanced, because there's a lot of good walkers out there, and every team has to have those on their team. And then there's those of you that are just giving us your best effort, and that's what we want as well. So we're going to have a new slide up it's probably going right now. And it's going to show the latest and greatest of the 5 teams. So we got Stan as a captain, I'm a captain, Mark is a captain, Kay is a captain, and Lish is a captain. So if you aren't on a team, please let us know, and we'll make sure you are under one of those captains' names. University, we're in the final home stretch in November. We've got some amazing lectures in this last part of the month. So please, if you are not registered, call, let us know. You can watch on TV, obviously on Channel 4 live. 5 o'clock, it shows it again. It's always on the app, but there's nothing like being in person. And the fact that COVID's not a thing of the past, but we're allowing in-person learning. If you can do it and you can make your way down to the university room, watch these classes in person. The interaction is great. The community of students in the room is great. But if you can't, we understand. Turn your survey in, get credit for it. But if you can make it down there, please do. All right. I did pretty good, 4 minutes. I got it as like the State of the Union for the month of October and November. All right, Sherri, let's start. Let's start with you. How long you been here at Glencroft?
It'll be 5 years in December.
5 years this December. Wow. Okay, so where were you at before that?
In an apartment.
Close or like Phoenix, Glendale?
Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What brought you to Glencroft 5 years ago?
Well, my husband became a lot more ill.
Okay.
And I had to quit work and had to get rid of the car and so on and so forth. And my parents lived here, and they really encouraged us to come so that we'd have more help.
Right.
and
Right.
he was on dialysis, and so we needed transportation.
Sure.
So that's why we came, and then he passed away 3 years ago, last month, and I've been working on getting back
Yeah.
ever since.
Yeah. But you really have progressed in 3 years. I mean, you're involved in everything now. And it was tiptoe back in the water and all that.
Well, yeah, I didn't do anything for the first 6 months.
Yeah. That's expected. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Well, then my dad died 8
Right,
months after
sure.
my husband, and kind of extended it into a year.
Mhm.
But then I got back into stuff.
Yeah. And you are, I mean, we're going to get into how much stuff you're involved in, but you're busy.
I am.
You're busy.
I am very busy.
So what does a day look like for you? I mean, you're up early. Just give me like a normal day, the life of Sherri. Like what does it look like? You're up early, you're eating healthy.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? What do you do in the morning? What time do you wake up? I always like asking residents, what time do you wake up?
Well, it depends on the day.
Okay.
On Mondays and Wednesdays, I usually wake up about 8 o'clock because
Okay.
those are the days that I don't work.
Got it. So you kind of sleep in a little bit.
Sleep in a little bit, and
Okay.
then I go to the performance center,
Yep.
and then I do a little bit of rep stuff. I'm a representative
Okay.
for Court 5.
Yeah, very cool.
And then I pick my granddaughter up at 2:30.
Ah, now, how old is she?
She is 3.
Okay.
And I watch her until her dad finishes work, and then the evening is mine.
The evening is yours.
Hmm.
Okay. What about the other days?
On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I don't go to the performance center every day now because I do the walk on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mhm.
But Tuesdays, I usually get up about 7:30, walk
Yep.
or work out, and then I'm pretty free. I do a little bit of rep stuff every day.
Sure. That's a full-time gig if you wanted it to be, right? Staying on top of all those
Yes.
residents.
Well, our court is down 10,
I know.
so it's not as busy as it used to be.
But they're coming.
I hope
They're
so.
coming.
I hope so.
And Court 5 is a primary location.
Yeah.
That's one of the best court, at least I think, in terms of the bodies that were there, but like location. I just like everything about Court 5. I think that's a great spot.
It's a great spot. I have no problem.
So now where do you work? You said you work.
Well, I work. My son is a principal of a charter school
Okay.
down on Indian School in 67th, and so I do after school program,
Oh,
child care.
Nice.
I work from 2:30 to 5
Okay.
on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I bet that's fun for you.
You know, it's not easy work.
What's the ages in that? What do you
Well, I'm pre-K and kindergarten.
see? Okay. All right.
So little ones.
So you got the little guys. Okay. So tell me about during COVID. How did that shake out?
Well, I just started this
You just
job.
started, so you
my
weren't doing that.
previous job, I worked for an insurance agent.
Okay. I got you. But your son was a principal during COVID at this charter school, or is he new in that role?
No, it's new. It was new
brand
for
new school.
him. No. They had to dismiss
Oh.
the previous principal, so he started last semester,
Okay.
right about April, I think. But then I just started working for him like a month and a half ago.
Okay. So you're new in this.
I am. I've never done this
Wow.
before.
Okay. So let me ask you, because that's a lot of responsibility taking these little ones on after school. And how do you have a curriculum that you planned out and you like figured out activities on your own? Or
I have not done that. Sometimes we have 26 kids. There are 2 of us, fortunately.
Okay. All right. So what do they do?
But they do a lot of playing.
Okay. Free time.
We go outside.
Good.
And we spend a lot of time outside because the boys need to be calmed down and
They
run
need
off
to
that
run.
energy.
Yes. Trust
Oh,
me.
they're wild.
They're wild. I got 2 of
Yes.
them. And I remember those kindergarten
Oh
ages.
my goodness.
It is a free-for-all. But the boys need to get
They
moving.
do. They do.
They do not want to sit.
No.
So then is there snacks and you
There's snacks. Yes, they have a snack time. I think on Fridays we do 12:30. Work earlier on Fridays. They're going to have to start taking a rest time because they usually get that
Oh,
during the rest of the week.
okay.
But on Friday, school's out at 12:30, and they're just they got to rest.
They need a rest.
Yeah, so we're starting that.
Are you?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I think there's some residents that work off site, but I always find it interesting to talk to them. Like, how is that transition leaving here, going to work? There's such a difference, right? You got to come in and out of this lifestyle. And
Oh,
this,
yes.
Then you got to snap into, okay, I'm in the real world, and I got to like
Yes.
deal with these kids.
That's right. That's right. My former careers, I was a social worker and counselor.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want to do that anymore.
You're like, I'm done with that.
I'm done with
I'm
that.
done with that. But you have a heart for these little guys.
I do. I love little kids. I have 3 boys of my own.
How old are they?
41, 37,
Okay.
and 29.
Okay.
The 2 older ones are my stepchildren.
Okay.
But I've had them since they were
Little.
little.
They're yours. And then the 29,
He's mine.
that's yours. Okay.
Well, no, they're all mine.
I got you. We all understand. We all understand.
We have a wonderful blended family.
So where do they all live?
Michael the oldest lives in New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
What's he do back there?
he works for Princeton University.
Oh, what's he do?
He is in operations.
Nice. Very cool.
And his wife works for them as well.
Yeah.
And she's told me 6 times what she does, but I don't really know.
Yeah. Operations.
She does something
Okay. But in Princeton, at Princeton.
at Princeton.
Man,
yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah.
All right. And did they come out and visit you a little bit?
I
Or did you
just
go
went and
back there?
spent 5 weeks with them.
Oh, how was that?
It was wonderful.
During the
See,
summer?
I have 2 grandkids there.
Okay.
And yes,
Oh, I bet that was amazing.
it was. He wanted me to stay longer.
Yeah, 5 weeks. Okay, and then where else? So you had
And then I have 2 here.
Uh-huh.
The principal,
Yep.
he's 37,
Yep.
and then Marcus, my youngest,
29,
is
where's he at?
29. He is here in Phoenix.
Okay.
He works at Banner University Hospital.
What's he do?
He is a oh no, that's not what they call them. Patient advocate,
Okay.
something like that.
All right.
He's studying to be a nurse,
Oh, nice.
so he's about halfway through.
Where's he studying at? Where does he go to school?
Phoenix College right now.
Okay. Now I see you with your lanyard of Grand Canyon. Is there a tie in there for some of them?
Oh yes, I'm a Grand Canyon graduate.
There you go. Lopes up, Sherri. So I'm going, actually last week, my kid went to Grand Canyon to do his official tour, meet the financial team, we're right there. We're in the opening stages of him going there, which is cool for us because that's where we both went. So it's like circle life, here we go. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, all right, let's get into you and work out. Let's start with the walking team challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You're accruing miles each and every day.
A lot of them.
You're logging them.
Yes.
What team are you on?
I'm on.
That's right.
What are you called? The Suns?
Suns.
The Suns. I'm on the Suns team.
You were not that we have like first round, second round, third round draft picks, but you are a hot commodity. I'm just telling you how it is. In the boardroom that is our draft, we have a big whiteboard and we start positioning players. Great walkers all get put in this pile. Decent walkers. We just have categories. So we keep the balance going. And you were an argument between all captains. You were like, no, I want her. No, I get her.
He's lying.
No, I'm not.
He's lying.
Because you're all over the place. How many average steps you take in a day? 10,000?
Yeah.
10,000.
Well, on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I did 11,000 on Tuesday.
See, and this is your team Suns. So good luck out there. We got a ringer. But you do love to move. I mean, it's always been part of your style, right? You've always been active.
I have. I have to say that the year after my husband died,
Lay low.
oh man, I tell you. But I really, I volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
I also do laundry for some residents.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say that. Oh,
No, you're gonna get called.
No.
You're gonna get flooded. Hey, rewind that, erase it. They'll get rid of it. IT will get rid of that.
thank you.
But you've always had this mindset of moving. moving.
Yes,
Even as a
yes.
little one,
Yes.
right? Growing up,
Yes,
you're active.
Yes. Well, the other thing too is I grew up in South America. I'm a
That's
missionary kid.
Well, that's what I want to get into is your background because you guys were on the move. Always.
I went to 14 schools before I graduated.
What was the longest stop you had? Do you know? Like, what was the longest?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
But it was 4 stops, 4 places we lived in Ecuador.
Gotcha. And it was missions
Yes,
driven.
yes.
Your whole family was
Yes.
down there and on the move.
Yes.
Spreading the word.
Mm-hmm.
Very. I mean,
So I speak fluent Spanish.
do you?
Oh, I do.
Do you use it?
I have used it in every job I've ever had.
Oh my. You think it's a?
And I use it now because the kids in this area
Right.
are all
Yeah,
Hispanic.
so you have the
and
ability
some
to
don't
communicate
speak
with
English.
everybody, really,
I do.
right?
I do.
Such a blessing, huh, to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're part of the walking challenge. You're putting in your miles. Have you been in the challenge before, right? This is your first one? Okay, that's what I thought. So you don't really have a baseline of what you got the previous year. So this is setting the mark.
Right.
Now, I will tell you, on Tuesday, Thursdays, let's get into this. 8:30 in the morning, we've talked about it at length. Show up. Show up outside of Henry's, between Henry's and Towers, right at the trail marker home base. We meet 8:30 on Tuesday, Thursdays, right? And we start walking the trail and we work our way over to the outdoor workout equipment. And we spend about 30 minutes on that. And then we continue the South Trail all the way around back to home base. And that's the morning workout, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's talk about this a little bit because coming into that, did you know what that outdoor equipment was going to be about?
I had never seen that outdoor equipment.
Never seen it.
I had never seen it. And, it looks like a playground.
Looks like a playground.
Very shiny, yellow, green, but it's not a playground.
No. Well, it is for us. It is because it's like, ooh, we get to play with you guys.
I guess
But
so,
it's
I
not
guess so.
a...
It's a workout.
It's not a kid's playground.
It's a workout.
It is a workout. And I'm so glad you said it because a lot of residents still to this day is like, what is the playground over near court 3 and 4? I mean, it's just what it looks like.
Right.
But I don't think you realize what it does till you actually start using it. And then you're like, whoa, this is kind of hard. Or
Yes.
okay. I want perspective of you on the class because we see everything come through there in terms of levels of fitness, right? Talk about the ability of everybody, despite what you can do, or if you come over in a scooter or you come over in a walker or you that's running over, everybody can play nice on that equipment.
Yes. And there's all kinds of levels.
Yeah.
He kills me, but there's all those levels. But I have to say, it feels so good to get out and move.
Yes.
Move.
Move. And there's no excuse.
No.
There's zero. We have people coming over in a scooter that aren't able to get out of their chair really easily. And we have enough staff over there to make sure you're safe. We get you out. We help get you to a machine, work on your posture, work on your core, work on your balance. And that's the beauty of those machines is everyone over there is very functional, meaning we use it to rotate. We use it to turn, to move, eyes closed, but there's safety involved in everyone. There's always somewhere to hold where you are working on your balance, but you're working in strength in ways that they're just safe. And when we're there with you, like you said, I mean, we can push pretty hard and we can take any level of fitness and max you out. But if you go over there on your own, there's enough that you can learn and be doing it really safe, even without the supervision. So, go ahead.
It's just, when Mark came, he came a lot of time. I hurt my back, and so I spent a period of time where I didn't come. And I asked him why he came to work here.
Yeah.
And he says, because I want to see people move. All they got to do is move.
Yes. It's that simple.
You don't have to do the jumping jacks. You don't have to do the push-ups. You don't have to do that kind of stuff. You just have to move.
Movement and a little bit of nutrition goes such a long ways. Like that's our biggest thing we want to stress is if you make better decisions. Doesn't mean you have to eat perfect. Just make better decisions. Like if you start eliminating sugar out of every meal and maybe eliminate it to one meal a day. But if you start cutting the sugar, drinking a little more water, upping your protein and move, you're going to think better. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. Your quality of life, it just jumps.
That's right.
But you're a poster child for movement. So it's called a walking path, but this one, it should be called the running path. And I've got footage. We might even air it on this episode.
No.
I've got footage of you, because we're building for you to be able to run a full mile without stopping in combination with the workout. I mean, it's like we don't just start running a mile and we're done. We do that workout and then the mile. And then the goal will be North Trail, South Trail running 1 time, North Trail, South Trail running 2 times. I mean,
well, I already walked both.
we're going to run both. It's going to be unbelievable. But that's what I'm saying. We can take anybody, any level of fitness. Okay, now, this week, the week that this airs, we've got an amazing event, November 9th, out off campus, North Phoenix Baptist Church. We have been invited to participate in the Arizona Leading Age Senior Fitness Games. Okay, so this is something they had before COVID. COVID squashed it, first year back. And they kept trying to get Glencroft to come back, and we said, as soon as COVID's done, we're going to do it. So we've got a whole team coming over, shuttle, and we're going to compete in the walk, and you're going to just dominate. We're bringing athletes over there. So you're going to compete in the walk. We've got a basketball dribble and then bounce in a garbage can. We got obstacle courses. We got Wii bowling, so we've got a couple of the Wii bowlers coming. We've got bag toss, cornhole, that's everybody knows, and it's just a fun game. We have got, that might be it. I think that's it. Obstacle course, basketball, cornhole, the 3/4 half-mile walk. I think that's it. But we're going to compete. And we're competing against other senior living facilities out there. And they all know what's coming. They know how we take wellness here at Glencroft. And so other campuses are already calling, is Glencroft coming? We got to bring the athletes to compete with them. So I'm excited. We got some big players coming out with us. So that will be a fun day.
Oh, it will be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, are you a Wii bowler?
No, I've never done the Wii bowling.
No?
I've bowled, but
Were you a good
not
bowler? Decent?
Decent. I don't know if I could do that.
Could you bowl a straight ball or did it curve? You remember? I'm like a straight bowler, so I can never get above a 190. But I never go below a 150.
No, I don't curve.
Straight. You're a straight bowler.
Yeah.
The Wii bowlers, these guys know exactly when to let go of that. I've tried it. I can't compete. They're unbelievable down there.
Yeah.
I mean, they bowl 300s. Like every frame, every game, 300. So I don't know what these other senior living places do on Wii bowling, but we're bringing the top handicap ones on campus with us. All right, couple minutes. Let's go back to you growing up. You didn't get to live the normal childhood that like our kids have with technology and the phones and the Twitter
can't do the
and
computer
all
well.
that is now. I mean, they didn't have that when I was a kid. But when you look at like you're dealing with all these kindergartners and all, even at that age, they start playing with tech. Here's a phone to distract you, right? Here's an iPad. Sit there, Johnny, while we're at dinner, and you didn't live that life.
No.
What? Explain that. What do you think of where we are now as a culture to what you grew up in? Pros and cons of both styles?
Well, the pros are that I didn't have to learn Spanish.
Right.
I just spoke it.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of different places, Costa Rica, Colombia, Ecuador. I went to boarding school for 2 years in Venezuela.
Oh my gosh. I
was in the Coraliers, and we went to Caracas and Maracaibo in Venezuela to sing. So, we did play some volleyball, and I have played softball, girls softball team.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah.
We didn't have drama to go to. We didn't have what they call, what do my kids do?
Choir or music stuff?
Well, they took music, but they were also in ROTC.
Oh, okay.
And where they speak, what's that called?
Oh, debate?
Debate.
Yeah.
Speech and debate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea what any of that was.
Sure,
You
sure.
know, we just went to school and learned, you know, your math and your reading
Yeah, but
and writing.
the exposure you had in it, like
makes
you can't put a price tag on
No.
seeing other ways of life.
No,
Traveling and seeing like this is how these guys live. Like
I have no regrets.
none. You
I
can't.
I am not jealous because I didn't get to do all the things they do in school now.
Right.
No, I don't feel that way at all.
Now, where would you go back to now you're older? Is there some place that you want to go back to and visit again?
Well, the whole family,
Okay.
kids and grandkids and all, went to Ecuador in 2005.
Oh, okay.
But I really want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe.
Never been to Europe.
Mm-mm.
So you'd go there before you go back to somewhere when you were a little one.
Yeah. But I, you know, if somebody said, let's go to Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, I would take them and I'd show them what, translate for them and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I would go back anywhere in a hot second.
Really?
Sure.
Where in Europe would you like to go?
Spain,
Okay.
France, and Italy, maybe.
Pretty hard to beat those three.
Mm.
Wow.
Oh, Switzerland. I'd probably do Switzerland
Would you?
first. Yes,
Well, you've lived an amazing life.
I have.
And you got a lot of life to live. But what I love is you are so on fire for just wellness in general.
I am.
Mind, body,
It
spirit.
makes
You've got
so much difference in your life. I'm happy every day.
There you
I
go.
don't get depressed.
No.
I don't know.
But you got endorphins flowing. Your heart rate's up. Life is good. Well, we're out of time. You are unbelievable. What a great guest.
Thank you.
She told you, move, move, move. That's all we want you to do. Joy comes when you move. And with that,
That's right.
ZoeTv is done.